Hey everybody, and welcome to day 13.
Lucky 13.
You may be wondering what's with this, unless you saw my other video. If not, you totally need to go see it. Lydia and I carve a pumpkin, and it's really awesome looking, and
It really is.
had a whole lot of fun doing it.
Yeah, I'm really impressed. I can't wait to see it lit up. It's gonna be so cool. And the way they've got it designed is it's gonna look cool. It's gonna have roughly the same effect in daylight and at night with the design. So that's gonna be pretty awesome. So, oh, come on, you.
Alright, so day 13, had the day off, still going strong. Well, did have a kind of a snafu today, actually.
Oh yeah, that's true.
Yeah, I was cleaning up a little bit and managed to hit my thumb with two very heavy books. They fell off of where I had put them and hit my thumb right there. And whew, when I get hurt that badly like that, I have a tendency to feel like I'm gonna throw up. And Lydia's over there trying to hug me, and I'm like, Lydia, really need you to back away.
You're in the line of fire, sweetie.
I don't want to be like that, but that's just how it is. So after that, my blood pressure dropped, and it was 95 over
62?
Yeah, 95 over 62. And I have found over the years that the quickest and most efficient way of getting it back up is to drink Gatorade. So I had a glass of Gatorade.
Which obviously is not on the Whole30.
Not even a little bit.
But what are you gonna do? You know,
Right.
when you
That's
have a
like,
medical
you know,
thing.
if his sugar drops, which it has a few times on this, he's had to take glucose tablets. Not Whole30, but medically necessary.
Yeah. So we don't count that as a breach of the Whole30 thing.
No, because it's not like we're going to go into a downward spiral. It's like, oh, well, I had Gatorade, I might as well have some coffee and maybe some cookies. Because it's already been a bad day.
I'm gonna eat this whole box of gummy worms. Just kidding, we don't even have those things. We don't.
No.
We successfully dined at the restaurant last night, though.
Yes,
that worked out great.
That was fantastic. Had a lot of fun. Got a really cool jar. It's for a candle. It's got the reflective inside with the speckles that you can see the light through. The jar is semi-opaque, so light shines through with the candle in it, but not the rest of the time. And then it has a design on it, and the design is a Dia de los Muertos sugar skull.
Yeah, we collect those. We collect art books, calendars. We've got a couple of maps we used for Halloween. You've probably seen in some of our other videos because they're
On the wall.
right there on the wall.
And I think it all started with the trip to Disney, didn't it?
I think it did. That was the first skull we got.
Yeah, we got well,
yeah,
Ray did.
yeah.
I got a different souvenir, but he found at the beginning of the day this really pretty blue skull.
Yeah, this was at Epcot, by the way. We went to the Mexican pavilion where at Epcot, and they have the imported crafts and souvenirs and all that kind of stuff.
And it was really pretty blue. Blue's his favorite color, and so we were gonna get it, but he didn't want to carry it around all day because they're very fragile.
Yeah.
Because these are made out of like a ceramic. Well, went back at the end of the day, and they did not have it. It was gone. The blue one had already sold.
Yep.
So They had a few other ones, and he's like, I don't know, because it takes him a while to pick something out, and then are you pouting?
No.
Because I'm talking about you?
No.
It usually takes him a while to pick something out, and then he's like, no, I don't want that.
I second guess myself a lot, so it makes me indecisive when it comes to making purchases like that.
Yeah, so, and then a lot of times he'll be like, no, just forget it. There's nothing I really want. And I'm like, ugh. But he had really wanted this blue skull. He just absolutely fell in love with it.
And it was gone.
It was gone.
You know, these were like genuine articles, so each of them was one of a kind, and they didn't have any other
hand painted.
They didn't have any other blue ones at all. They had some white ones. They had some multicolored ones. They had some green ones. I thought about green ones, but then I found the perfect one.
The perfect one happened to be purple.
But that wasn't what made it perfect.
But what made it perfect was the hand painted scene. 2 different scenes, one on each side.
Mm-hmm.
Now the one on the left side, right, is the quinceañera.
I'm pretty sure the one on the left is the quinceañera. Quinceañera.
Quinceañera.
Which, for those of you who don't know, it's this Mexican coming-of-age thing they do for girls when they reach 15 years old. That's hence the name, quinceañera.
Yes. So, found that, and that's actually the age that I was when Ray and I met. When we met in high school, I was 15. So then on the other side, on the right side, was wedding scene.
Mm-hmm.
And
obviously we got married.
Yeah. In 2000.
Yeah.
And so, of course, that's the perfect one. So
right.
That's the one that he picked. And that's what started our collection of Dia de los Muertos skulls.
Still on our shelf, carefully taken care of. It has been dropped and broken and very carefully reassembled.
I'm really good at putting stuff like that back together.
It really is. I'm really good at taking it apart into the broken pieces. That's my thing.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm an expert. Pyrex, Corel, forget it. I can break them all. But yeah, that was the start of our collection, and we've really gotten into it.
Yeah, and that one's not exactly a sugar skull kind of deal, but it still started our collection because
it was perfect.
It was perfect.
Yeah, it will be 8 years old in November. Well, found that 8 years ago, November.
End of November.
End of November, yeah.
Because I was very pregnant when we went to Disney. I was actually, 8.5, 9 months pregnant?
Yeah, Alex was born like 2 weeks later.
Yeah.
That's a whole nother story, though.
It really is.
Yeah.
How have you felt today?
I have had indigestion today.
You think that's from last night?
I'm sure it is, and I was trying to think of what it was we ate, because we're so
good. It was the onion.
Yeah, it was the red onion, and possibly the bacon, because it was restaurant bacon, so that would have been cured.
Alright. Yeah, went a little crazy. Not Whole30 crazy, because they are not strict about uncured and pastured and grass-fed and all that.
Yeah.
Because they're just trying to get you into it, help you heal.
Yep.
So we went and we had the Big A salad with, we decided on steak. And it's a good thing that it wasn't cooked any more than medium rare, but God, that was the chewiest steak I've ever had in my life.
They got that from the rubber cow.
It was a tough piece of meat. But it was still good. It just, my jaw was aching.
Right.
And it was such an earthy flavor. And then you put the Caesar dressing on it, which is a really earthy dressing, and it really needs something to brighten it up. So they had the red onion on the salad, and I had taken it off because red onion always gives me indigestion, but it needed it, so I put it back on.
Me too. And of course we added bacon because bacon.
Right?
You don't need a reason.
There's never not a good reason for bacon.
And I have to say, that salad, now the salad part itself, once you told them to leave off the cheese and the croutons, is basically lettuce and tomato, and that's it. And then the steak. But then, you add the bacon, you add our homemade Caesar dressing, which we had already made that day and brought with us to the restaurant. And the just enough of the red onion. It was just a really great flavor combination. I was really happy with it. And it's a big enough salad, you're really full afterwards. So, yeah, as far as Whole30 goes, guilt-free. As far as my very paleoized tummy goes, it knows that it ate cured bacon. And red onion. I just don't do good with red onion. Raw red onion.
Raw red
Powerful.
onion. Yeah. So that was that.
Yep, that was that. But other than that, that's the only negative I've been feeling. It's not like...
Yeah. I mean, I had the low blood pressure, but that was just because of trauma.
Yep.
Alright.
Oh, there is something I wanted to say.
Okay,
I
awesome.
remember now, because I just talked to you about this. This is something I was thinking about when I first started with the paleo, when we first started with the paleo in the family. But, Deborah works outside the home. I stay at home with kids. And when we really committed hardcore to doing, we started with the plan elimination diet, like I said, and then we went to paleo. But in order to...
Well, not completely. We started with the plan, and then we did the virgin diet.
That's right. I forgot about the virgin diet. It was a transitional...
That was the transition into paleo, because I was looking for recipes that stuck with the virgin diet, which is no grain, no dairy, no soy. And I kept coming up when I would, put those specifics into a search, looking for recipes for new foods to try, because we had been eating a lot of vegetarian food before that, and so I didn't know what to make without grain and cheese and soy, because we had eaten a lot of tofu and grains.
Yeah, we've tried everything over the years. We've tried TVP, we've done...
if you don't know what that is, that's texturized vegetable protein. It's a soy-based... It's crumbly. It's got the consistency of like ground beef.
Yeah. But we've tried vegetarian. We've tried octo-ovo vegetarian. We've tried octo. We've tried just straight vegetarian. We've tried raw food.
We tried raw vegan.
Yeah.
Trying to get his diabetes under control. We did try raw vegan, and that was the worst.
Yeah.
For his diabetes, it really was. It was bad for me because I can't eat a lot of nuts. There's not a lot of varieties of nuts that I'm not allergic to.
Right.
And the ones that I'm not allergic to, I can't eat in excess without just feeling bad.
So
that was rough.
When you can't eat nuts, it's really hard to do a vegan diet.
Yeah. Trying to get enough protein.
Yeah.
Was hard.
And also, we don't have any strong ethical feelings about veganism one way or another, so it's not like we were willing to power through and eat lettuce. But sometimes it's just like, what can we do? But anyway, that all happened. The point is that it requires to eat the way we do because of allergies and intolerances, and then the paleo diet and my diabetes and everything else. Scratch cooking virtually everything we make, down to the condiments. We scratch make our own salad dressings, our own mayonnaise. We scratch make pretty much everything we eat. But which is an interesting thing, because people's like, well, what do you eat in a typical day? And I can just rattle off the entire menu because I cooked it. if I needed to, I could rattle off every single ingredient because I cooked it. So you want to talk about really knowing what goes into your food. I literally put it in my food. So, but I was very frustrated with it at the beginning because I would cook for, you know, sometimes an hour and a half straight trying to get food ready for the next day when Deborah goes to work, and getting dinner on the table and everything like that. And, you know, cooking for 5 people every day, that's, you know, that's a minimum of 15 meals a day. So it's a lot. And then, you know, it would take like 5 minutes to eat. And I'd be kind of like, and it'd be like, that was, you know, it felt kind of frustrating because it's like there was no payoff. The amount of time and effort invested in it didn't seem worth it when it just took so little time to eat it. But then I realized what it was is I had really only figured out half the equation. So I was cooking healthy, but I was still eating like I was eating fast food and junk food. You know, that mindless, you know, you just shovel it in your mouth, you don't really think about it and stuff like that. You can't really eat that way when you scratch cook everything because it'll feel like you're putting way too much work into it. So if some of you who are watching this have felt frustrated when you're, you know, spending the time and doing all this cooking and it like takes so little time to eat it and everything else, that could be the missing element. You know, you really appreciate what it is you're eating. And
Yeah, you really need to slow down.
yeah,
Put your fork and knife or spoon, whatever your eating utensils, down between bites. Enjoy the people you're with. If you're by yourself, enjoy the silence. Put your phone down. Turn your computer off. Eat mindfully.
because you're already cooking mindfully, you should eat mindfully.
Exactly.
It really makes the whole experience much more valued to you. And you can actually, if you do that, you become a lot more aware, you have a lot more body awareness, I think, and you can actually feel yourself feeling better. And then you get to that point, a lot of people who do paleo describe it, and I know we've both gone through it, where it's like, you didn't know how bad you felt until you felt better.
Yeah, exactly.
Which is one of the reasons why I could go and eat at a restaurant and eat very, very healthy for eating at a restaurant and still feel like crud the next day. I don't feel worse than I would have before we switched to paleo. I just wasn't aware of how bad I felt normally. And now I feel so good all the time that I really notice the difference when we don't eat this way, which is a great motivator for not falling off your diet. It's like, I really don't want to feel like crap. The stuff doesn't taste right anyway. Everything that I used to eat tastes wrong. Remember my cheddar cheese story? So, it makes you feel bad, it doesn't taste good, there's no motivation to cheat on your diet. So anyway, that's just my helpful advice for today in terms of going through all the hard work of cooking and really take the time to enjoy it, because you deserve it. You put a lot of work into that.
Sure. All right, anything else?
No, I think I've rambled on long enough.
Okay. All right, so this has been day 13.
Day 13.
I really need you to like, subscribe, comments below, and I have changed the rewards on my Patreon just a little bit. So if you pledge $1, you can vote on what I paleofy in my upcoming paleofy this video. And still, if you pledge $5 a month, you get to make suggestions that get voted on. So go to my Patreon, links in the description, and you can vote on the upcoming paleofy this, because I'm going to have some really fall themed recipes, maybe some Thanksgiving themed recipes.
Yeah, I've heard of some of the ones she has in mind already, and so whatever you guys help pick, it's a win-win for me.
Yeah, because we'll be eating them on camera as we make them, and it's going to be a lot of fun. So please go to my Patreon and pledge so that you can pick what I paleofy, and then We'll make it, try it, tell you if it's good, and then you can try it at home and tell us if you like it.
Sounds good.
And so I guess that's all for today. My arms are getting really tired because, like I said, I've been
handling that pumpkin, yeah.
carving pumpkin all day. Oh, yeah. So we'll see you tomorrow.
See you tomorrow. Bye.